Hello, today I will show you how to change the cursor, the pointer to something else. Like for example, we have got now here a default pointer. When I move the mouse here, we have a pointer with the question mark that suggests that there is additional information, like the one that has shown up. Like the video course C++, it's on promotion, it's on sale, whatever. Here when we move the mouse over some text, we have information, what's going on. So you can put anything in the box like this. So I will show you how to create a box like that also in this lecture. So this is gonna be a very interesting lecture, right? Okay, so let's go on. How to do it? First we remove everything that I did. Why did I do it? Because when you watch how I do something from scratch, you learn lots of more rather than analyzing the code. Okay, so this also means that you should try to do everything that I do in this lecture manually later after you watch it. So close the lecture after you watch it and do everything I did in this lecture on your own. Try not to look how I did it. Try to repeat what I did, but don't look at the solution. Okay, so let's start from, for example, help me. So if you want to change the cursor, firstly, we need to put it into some kind of element, right, that we can choose from the CSS. I suggest adding here a class that we'll call, for example, help. So when we have more span, like for example here, I would like to be able to change the cursor on all of them. So how to change the cursor? We're gonna choose the help and we're gonna use the rule that is called cursor. Pretty straightforward, right? And now here we have got many cursors that we can choose from. The one that we're gonna choose is called help, which suggests is used when we want to give additional help for somebody, right? Inside the text, for example. There are many more. The most useful one that I use most time is called pointer. So the pointer changes into pointer that has got hand over the text, and it suggests that you can click on something, right? The next one that I used most often is wait. This is pretty cool because when you are making some kind of loading in the background, you can make the user this loading thing on his screen and he will know that he needs to wait for something, right? These things are used most time when you know JavaScript, when you load something, the background, some data or something like that. So this is pretty advanced. And there are many more. And to be honest, it's not like I remember all of them because most time you do not use them in your project. But it's good to know at least that they exist. So try to play with them, okay? So go through all of them, like for example, I don't know, let's go into copy and you move the mouse here. Okay, so copy looks like that. Or this is also a good idea because as I said, you don't remember everything. You should type in Google cursors and CSS, okay? And you will find every cursor how it looks like somewhere on the Google. Remember, this is not like you're gonna watch my entire video every time when you need to find a specific cursor. It will be stupid. You watch my video because I show you how to do things. Well, I will not show you every possible cursor because this is just a loss of your time when you are watching me. I will show you how to use some things and tell you that they exist. So now I will show you very cool thing that is hard to find, like for example how to create a tip, right? So let's say that we have got a title here and let's say that here is more information, right? And now let's copy it and let's put it also here and here, and here for example what's going on, and here we will type something else. By default, there is some kind of box that shows up. As you can see, what's going on, here is more information, but it looks horrible. You would like to have it look better, right? Let's change it back to help. And how do we do it? Well, firstly, we need to choose the help, and then we need to make the changes when somebody move the mouse over the help, right? Because otherwise we would add the box always, right? Not only after somebody move the hand over the help element, right? So we want to add the content. And the question is what kind of content? Let's say sample. As you can see now when we move the mouse over here, nothing happens because we didn't say where we want to put that content. And there are two places where we can put them, before the text or after the text. Please notice that here we use the single colon and here we use the two colons, okay? This is very, very important. Otherwise it will not work. And also this should be firstly hover and then the after. So after the text that has got help class, I would like to add the content sample. As you can see, it shows up. The problem is that we don't want it to be sample. We want it to be the thing that is here, right? Exactly the thing here. Is it possible to take it? Yes, it's possible. And this is pretty cool. You can type something like attr, which stands for attribute, right? So you put here the name of attribute and title is an attribute. And that's all. You just took this text and put it after the text that is here, right? Because you said so. When somebody moved the mouse over, bam, something else, what's going on? Here is more information. Pretty awesome. Now it's time to change the appearance of this thing, right? So firstly, what should we do? I suggest that we should first create some kind of background color, okay? Like for example, aqua. Let's say something like this. Okay, the second thing I think we should do is add some kind of padding. So it looks a bit better. Okay, it's better right now. The second thing is, well, I think the border radius would be great here. It will look better when there is a border radius on it. Okay, it's even better now. And the third thing is that notice that when I move the mouse over anything, it moves everything forwards, right? The problem is that this content is added into the flow of all elements. If you want to make something absolute, so you want to take it out of the flow of all elements, you should use something what is called the rule called position and set it to absolute. Okay, it means you take it out of the flow, and as you can see now it is over every other thing on your side. The problem is that this background is now what? Hiding everything behind. And I think it's a good idea to make it a bit transparent. So I move the mouse here and I make it a bit transparent by doing something like this. And as you can see, the color changed from aqua to rgba. And this is aqua, but it has got a setting here that is set to 0.7, for example. And now it's gonna be what? Transparent. You can see the information in the background. I think it's a bit too transparent right now, but let's say that, for example, 0.9 is better. Okay, so here is more information. So we created this thing pretty easy. There is, however, one problem. The problem is that, let's say that you have got an image, right? And you're gonna access this image. Let's say that you want to access the video course C++, video course C++, and let's say that you're gonna add the class like this. And here you say, today is promotion, it's on sale, and so whatever, right? You give additional information like this, and when you move the mouse here, nothing happens, right? And we can solve it by putting it into the span and putting this class and the title into the span. As you can see, now we can see today is a promotion. It's on sale. Why it didn't work before? Because image is not a text. And this thing, the after, works only on text. Span suggests like there is a text inside here, okay? And it's just some kind of, you know, playing with the web browser, okay? We just fix it by adding it to the element that can have text. Image can't have a text, right? The fun thing is that if you remove the source tag, it will work because we will have the alternative message on most web browser. Okay, it will work. But you know, this is some kind of fix that you need to know, that if you want to add and make the after effect or the before effect work, you need to use the span or an element that can hold text. Okay, image is not a text. As you can see, everything here is in line right now because, well, we have got all spans here, so we can make, for example, break line, and now it looks like this, right? So we created a box, but there's still a problem that we can solve only if we know how to create custom attributes, how to play with them. Notice that we always need to use a class. Wouldn't it be better if it takes the title from here automatically? And also it would be great if when you move the mouse over, you don't have two boxes now, right? We have a box that is created by us, which is beautiful. Well, maybe you can kind of make it even more beautiful, right, if you play with it, but there is another box below the cursor. Today is promotion and is on sale. As you can see, after a few seconds we have got two boxes, and this is not good. We want to solve it, but how to do it we'll learn in the next lecture. Thank you.